What's going on, guys? Last night's WWE Monday Night Raw, September 8th, 2014, took place in Baltimore, Maryland. The so-called season premiere as Monday Night Raw went up against an opponent in Monday Night Football, the New York Giants versus the Detroit Lions, and the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Diego Chargers. So they wanted to hype this show as much as they can to keep the ratings on their side. And to do so, the show featured Chris Jericho taking on Bray Wyatt in a huge steel cage match, a SummerSlam rematch between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, and Jerry Springer came on the show to host a special intervention with Brie and Nikki Bella, the Bella Twins. So let's jump right into the results. The steel cage match that I spoke about opened the show. Steel cage match between Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho. Late in the match, Chris Jericho tried to climb over the wall of the cage, but the Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, were at the bottom. So with nowhere else to go, Chris Jericho dove off the top of the steel cage onto Bray. Jericho tweaked his knee in doing so, allowing Bray Wyatt to crawl out over him through the cage door and land on the floor to win. So Bray Wyatt won, and after the match, Bray Wyatt attacked Chris Jericho's injured knee with the cage door and brought him back in the ring, surrounded by the steel cage, surrounded by the Wyatt family, and hit a vicious Sister Abigail on him. Now, another thing, after the match, Chris Jericho was backstage getting looked on by the doctors when Randy Orton came out of nowhere and attacked Chris Jericho, most likely ending the feud with Bray Wyatt and Chris Jericho and setting up a Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho at Night of Champions later this month. So it appears as if the rubber match, the third fall out of the Bray Wyatt-Chris Jericho match, as Jericho won at Payback, I believe it was, and then or Battleground rather, and then Bray Wyatt won at SummerSlam and now last night. So it seems as if that feud is done. We shall see what happens, but it appears as if WWE has started a Chris Jericho-Randy Orton feud. Dolph Ziggler leaked some hacked photos of The Miz shaving himself, spray tanning, because of like the whole Hollywood stars getting leaked out and stuff like that. So Ziggler getting the upper hand and the last laugh going into Night of Champions in a few weeks for the IC Championship match. Paige and AJ defeated Natalya and Rosa Mendes. AJ made Rosa submit to the Black Widow submission. After the match, Paige and AJ took turns holding the Divas Championship. Following that match, we had a great promo between Paul Heyman and John Cena. Paul Heyman confronted John Cena about embracing the hate and abandoning the fans, especially the ones that say Cena sucks, wanted him to end the wristbands, end the colored shirts, end it all. And John Cena said he likes being John Cena because that's all he wants to do. The soldiers, the kids in the Be a Star campaign, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they all turn to John Cena, and John Cena loves that. It touches him, and he has no better, he just can't be anyone else but himself. He's not going to turn on the crowd. And so John Cena, great promo, great promo with him and Paul Heyman. And John Cena said that next week he likes that next week if he's going to either attack Lesnar or Cena or Heyman, and if Lesnar isn't there, he's going to go after Heyman. But then later on, it was confirmed that Brock Lesnar will be at Monday Night Raw next Monday night. Seth Rollins defeated Sheamus. Cesaro was on commentary and distracted Sheamus, allowing Rollins to hit a curb stomp for the win. After the match, Cesaro attacked Sheamus, so Seth Rollins versus Sheamus was a new match, pretty solid there, so Seth Rollins got the win. Rusev and Lana played the Russian national anthem, and Rusev versus Mark Henry has been confirmed for the Night of Champions pay-per-view. Now, next up, we had an NXT match. Now, I really want these guys on Raw each and every week. We have NXT TakeOver 2 this Thursday night on the WWE Network, and Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn went up against Tyler Breeze and Tyson Kidd in an NXT Showcase match on Raw. Neville pinned Breeze with the amazing Red Arrow. Now, this was an amazing match, to say the least. NXT, Monday Night Raw. I can't wait to see more of these guys, hopefully extremely soon, live on Monday Night Raw. So we'll just have to wait and see. But this Thursday night on the WWE Network is NXT TakeOver 2, featuring all these four men: Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, Sami Zayn, and Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville, great match once again. Back and forth, huge moves. So, like I said, can't wait to see these guys on Raw in the near future. Jerry Spring moderated a so-called intervention between Nikki and Brie Bella. The dad showed up on the Titantron, the mom as well, and JJ Garcia, the Bella's brother, showed up, and the segment ended with Brie attacking Nikki, rolling around, and knocked down Jerry Springer, and Jerry was taken away on a stretcher, so pretty odd there. But, yeah. And then Goldust and Stardust defeated Los Matadors. Stardust won the match for his team with the Dark Matter finisher, and after the match, the Usos jumped Goldust and Stardust from behind as they attacked him with the crutches from Jey Uso, who they pretty much so-called injured last week. That's why he is on crutches, furthering the match at Night of Champions for the Tag Team Championships. Adam Rose defeated Titus O'Neil. Rose won with his finisher, as Rose's bunny super kicked Heath Slater during the match, distracting Titus O'Neil, allowing Rose to get the win. And after the match, splashed, did like a frog splash on Titus O'Neil from the top rope after it. So poor Titus, but let me know who you guys think the bunny is in the comment section below. Pretty odd, but nonetheless, main event time: Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton in a SummerSlam rematch. Roman Reigns was successful by disqualification when Kane and Seth Rollins attacked him. Orton tried to lower the steel cage. Tons of WWE officials came out setting up the cage, and but Reigns fought back. He tried to, trapping Orton inside, Rollins and Kane outside the cage, and Reigns took out Orton with a spear. Rollins then dove off the top of the cage onto Reigns, finally stopping his attack on Orton. Kane then walked into the cage, continuing the attack, and then that set up Randy to get back up, allowing Orton, Rollins, and Kane to assault Roman Reigns with a chair, and then Rollins hit a curb stomp on Reigns to end the season premiere of Monday Night Raw for September 8th, 2014. So we saw NXT on Raw. John Cena cut an amazing promo. As you see, Seth Rollins getting the last laugh on Roman Reigns. Now, what would have been amazing was if Dean Ambrose's music hit. I know he's taping Lockdown. I'm not too sure when he's going to return now. I read somewhere, or I saw someone upload a video that it's going to be the 22nd, I believe. I don't necessarily know if that is even a Monday. But nonetheless, Dean Ambrose should be on very soon. He may even have a match at Night of Champions, so he may be on next week. But if he was going to have a Night of Champions match, I would think he would have came out last night. But we shall see what happens. But great season premiere of Monday Night Raw.